like this weird competition of cool.
You take a reef shot to the side of the head for a wave like that.
If I can win this, this will be the greatest moment of my life.
All the girls are surfing so well. They're beautiful inside and out.
Going skageless is a whole nother realm, like a fast version of body surfing.
The power surfing is like a lot of that style and grace with some aggression and harnessing all of those things in one and creating your own style.
My job description is student of surfing.
Hey, aloha, and welcome to another special edition of Board Stories TV. I'm Mike Latronic. You all know brother Ezra Rodriguez, and let's introduce the newest member to the Board Stories crew, Miss Hokulani Tapi.
Hi everyone, thanks for the introduction, Uncle Mike. I'm super excited to be here with you guys. I love surfing so much and I can't wait to share these stories.
Hokulani, we are stoked to have you because on this episode of Board Stories Television, we'll be profiling an amazing legend, world photographer, Christa Funk. And with all due respect, we will be honoring an amazing pipe surfer, pipe performer, asset to mankind as the community and world mourns over the loss of brother Tamayo Perry.
Until the song is done. Feel good island music flowing through my veins.
In honor of this fallen surfer, let's start things off with some action from Tamayo's favorite surf break, the Bonsai Pipeline. Welcome back to the show, everyone. Today we're standing in front of the infamous Pipeline Reef. Not so infamous today, as you can see. However, in the wintertime, this reef erupts into huge waves of consequence. And nobody would know this any better than water photographer Christa Funk.
When Christa Joy Funk was just a toddler, she had barely started walking when she marched straight into the shallow side of a swimming pool until she was underwater.
It wasn't I was younger than that. I just learned to walk. And my mom had my sisters at their swim lessons. I was with my mom. She took her eyes off me for 1 second and I walked straight down the stairs into the kiddie end of the pool, and I just walked until the water covered my head. I'm sure I gave my mom a lot of heart attacks as a kid.
Fortunately, her mom was right there to pull her out quickly, but this marks the starting point for a long and watery journey for the world's preeminent female surf photographer.
My first time really encountering the ocean was going out and go swim practice and then sailing lessons, and then I'd hang out with my family on the beach. So some of those memories were like my first memories of being around the water and in the ocean.
Funk's journey to becoming a renowned water photographer is testament to her unwavering dedication and hard work.
I'd take a boogie board, and I loved kicking and having the wave throw over me because I thought it was just the coolest thing because you were inside it and going straight as it's throwing over me, and just was in love with that. And that was something that's really a visual that I still have in my mind. I started shooting in 8th grade. We learned start to finish, getting your film, you shot it, and then the whole developing process. My junior and senior year, I shifted into shooting digital because I was on our high school newspaper. We had an awesome newspaper. It was a full-on news magazine. It was printed in color, and it was a photojournalist forum, and then I was a photo editor my senior year. So that was, gosh, those were great years. And then I was doing competitive swimming on the side, but I hadn't quite put together how to get a camera in the water. And I wanted to do that eventually because I loved shooting sports, and I was a swimmer, and I wanted to shoot it like from more than just the deck, but I didn't have the money to get a housing, and it just wasn't there yet. School, Coast Guard Academy, 4-year military academy. You come out with a bachelor's degree after that. I ended up in Hawaii. I ended up on Oahu at Sand Island. I was stationed on Coast Guard Cutter Rush. I either wanted to be a marine scientist or a photojournalist. I came somewhere where I could get in the water every single day, and I was so excited.
Having discovered the amazing sport of surfing and seeing the tremendous beauty out in the ocean, Christa Funk was determined to get good at this and show the world.
Building my way up like in town with like size in town, and then I shifted to like small North Shore. Really shot smaller to bigger days at Rockies, and I really tried to and then days at Sunset. Like I went everywhere else before trying to tackle pipe. Once I saw a barrel there, it was the same thing as when I caught my first wave surfing. I went, oh, this is, I'm hooked, I'm in. This is gonna change things in my life.
Funk's background as a competitive swimmer and her rigorous fitness routine enabled her to endure long hours in the water, capturing the perfect shot. Stories abound about her 6 to 8 hour shooting sessions.
My batteries they can last a really long time. And I think it's just one of those things where I remember getting out of the water after I've shot for 3 hours, 4 hours. I should get out and get some water, have a snack or something, and then I'll go back in. And I think there was just one day that I was like, well, what if I don't feel like watching a set come in from the beach that's the best set of the day? And I feel like I could still be swimming, because I'd be on land and I'm like, I feel like I could still be in the water. And so if my body feels good, I'll just stay in the water, and I don't need to go in for any reason. I'd pack a little snack and stay out. Yeah, it's professional FOMO. That's exactly it. Because I don't want to be sitting there and miss something that could be pretty incredible. And If I ever feel like I need to go in, I just go in. Like, there's not this like ego attached to it where I'm like, I have to stay up for this long, 18,000 hours in the water. It's just like, if I want to be out shooting for a long time, I'll just stay out. So I come in, I drink a ton of water and go put my face in a plate of food. Like, and then I'm pretty good. So one of the things that I loved so much about sports when I first started shooting was you could go down on the field and it's like it was high school, so I could get like really close to, like, it wasn't sectioned off into boxes. So I was down on the field and like football players were falling on me sometimes and it was sweaty and the smells and I felt like I was in it. And so I really liked that feeling engaged with the environment that I was shooting. And doing surf photography, you're fully in it when you're in the water. You are focused on what the waves are doing. You're trying to pay attention to so many different environmental factors. And then when they all come together, it's amazing and fantastic. And every single one is different in its own way. And there's like times when I'm just like, the only difference with that one between this one and that one is that the spit pressure on this one was like just so much more, and like just different aspects of it are just so interesting. And then, I don't know, they come in different shapes and sizes too, depending on the break and the reef and how shallow or how deep it is. And there's so much variety and you're so in the environment. And I think I really got addicted to that feeling. Yes. Yeah, one that always just really stays in my mind is it's my husband, Jake. It's before, I don't think we were dating when I shot it even. It was an early season swell, and I talked with him because we surfed together, and it was flipping beautiful afternoon, and it was coming in perfectly, and it was maybe like 10-foot range. Long story short, a set came through. Jake, I don't think anybody wanted this wave, and so Jake just dug for it. He does this late free fall airdrop thing, barely gets under the lip, like it brushes over his head. He gets in, and then it spits once while he's in the barrel, and he just disappears, and I'm like, wait, is he gonna, and then it keeps the spit just starts coming towards us, and you can't see him, and then it spits again, and he comes flying out with the wave in the background and all of the spray in the air, and it's afternoon, and he's leaned back, soul arch, and he's just got this expression of so much joy and exuberance, and just, it looks like how he describes it. Like he was like, I've wanted that wave for 30 years. I've wanted that wave since I was a little kid. That was like the dream wave that I wanted to get at Pipeline. And just all of that is in his body language and like his facial expression and the light. All the compositional elements are just there in that shot. I love being able to do that with a photograph, and that's generally what I try to go for, and trying to bring light to people in some way, or just even just giving them an escape when they see a photograph. If they take 3 seconds and look at the picture and it just gives them a break from whatever is going on, that's awesome. Like, I love being able to do that with a photograph.
Wow. Love was in the air or what? I mean, he got so barreled and she was like checking out his stoke. They both got so stoked they got married. You know, love is such a powerful emotion. And powerful emotions were flowing, have been flowing here on the North Shore and the entire surf community with the passing of North Shore lifeguard, husband, and top pipeline surfer Tamayo Perry.
Yeah. Just so happens that Christa Funk was actually really good friends with him and his wife, and she helped organize the ceremony. It was one of the biggest ever seen.
At first I thought, he's so porgy, a social butterfly, but in reality, he generally sought to make meaningful connections with everyone he met. Tamayo valued order and structure and strived to maintain control of his environment despite all the chaos that surrounded him. He had the biggest collection of Star Wars, G.I. Joe, and He-Man action figures of any kid around. But he had very strict rules about how he could play with his toys. You could only play with 1 or 2 at a time. You would have to return the one toy to its rightful case before you could go get another. By the time he was 12 years old, he had declared to everyone that he was going to be a professional surfer. But despite all of his accomplishments and accolades in and out of the water, Tamayo always remained humble, generous, and true to his roots.
Tamayo was the best person I knew. He had such a strong moral compass, you know, he just knew right from wrong. He definitely shaped our friend group.
Well, I don't know. Big eyes, big smile, big personality, big presence. I think he slept smiling. I know without a doubt, Tamayo would want me to say to you, I want you to introduce yourself as my pastor in order to introduce to them my Savior. He'd want me to say that we're all one step away from our own death, but so too are we also one step away from eternal life. But he wouldn't want to come back and leave the Lord. What he would want is for you to come to the Lord. He does not want to come back down here. I can tell you that right now. Nothing personal. But he wants to see you up there.
Doggy. I just love pipeline. I love to surf it. I love watching it. I love everything about it.
I'm gonna check that shot right now.
Gonna get that little. Oh, the pitfalls of surfing pipeline. Lose money.
It's about time to wrap things up, and Tamayo Perry, boy oh boy, what a storyteller, what a board stories. So much love and aloha poured out at that ceremony. It was awesome.
Yes, what an honor to have the Hokulea here for his send-off. Tamayo Perry, you will be missed. What an honor to know you. And one of his sayings was, pray, love, forgive, and surf. Aloha, Tamayo.
Hey, and don't forget, smile like Tamayo.
I heard the three. Aloha! Welcome to Board Stories. I'm Tamayo Perry, and I'll be... Aloha! Welcome to Board Stories. I'm Tamayo Perry, and I'll be this week's guest host. On this week's episode of Board Stories, I forgot my line. Coming right back at you. All right. Oh, that light is killing me. All right. These are what we call the extremists of the 20th century, the new millennium. And Board Story cinematographer Larry Haynes brings it all to you bigger than life, bigger than life. So check it out.
Larry would say the same thing.
Wow, that was insane. There's nothing like the thrill you get when you paddle into a wave with your own two arms at pipeline. And you drop in, there's just so much more involved, there's so much more at stake, you know? And I just love it. I'd rather paddle in and then paddle out and get me another one.
Paddle in, paddle out, get another one. Just like here on Board Stories, stay tuned again next week. We'll give you some more great action. And in the meantime, you can log on to boardstories.com. I'm Mike Lutronic for Tamayo Perry and Wyman Murphy. Catch you next time.
Aloha.